Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will going to tackle some real-world bash scripting tasks that go beyond the basics. If you're looking to build practical automation skills, you are in the right place. Now, run your script using dot slash hello, which is your file name, dot sh, and voila, you can see your greetings and the current date and your username on your terminal right there. And there is your first bash scripting language, a smallest coding part. Let's add some more user interaction. Open another script called greet.sh. So, which opens like nano greet.sh. And the firstmost line should always be bin slash bash. Now let's echo. What's your name? Read. The read command reads whatever is in your name, like whatever input you give to. So name is a kind of variable which I am giving, which will read whatever you type in the terminal. And then I want to echo that name. So for example, welcome. Dollar is used for uh, fetching the data, and name is my variable which I use for getting the data in. So welcome, whatever the name you type in the terminal will also be reflected in your terminal saying welcome, for example, John. So again, save the file using Ctrl X and then Y and enter for saving the file. Again, we need to make it executable every time we make a new file, which is change mode plus X in the file name, which is greet.sh, and enter. For running the file, always dot slash greet.sh. Try it out and see how Bash can interact with users. So I have written what is your name, for example, John, I said. So it reflects me again back with the name using the echo and getting the variable from the user. This is your first most interactable user file in Bash programming. Now, let us see how Bash can accept command line arguments. First of all, let me give some name of the files. For example, arguments.sh. So the first line always is hash exclamation mark backslash bin backslash bash, and I'm gonna echo script name $0 echo first argument site 1. Let me save the file. So Control X, Y for saving and enter. Now let us run this file. So for example, dot slash argu.sh. Next. Oh, it permission denied because I did not change the mode to executable. Let me do that first. Argu sh. So there you go. Script name and the first argument is Linux. So it shows that what command line arguments we are writing So this is how we do command line arguments in Bash. Here's the thing first. Now let's declare an array and loop through Bash. So for example, let me name my file array. Always the firstmost line in this thing is hash exclamation backslash bin backslash bash. Enter. Let me type a vegetable array. So vegetable equals, let me type in some names. Example, potato. For example, potato, and tomato, and maybe carrot. Then for vegetable and side, wait, and Control X and Y for saving the files. Now let me change the mode to run the file. Array down and let me run the file, which gives me a list of vegetables which I have entered in the array in the line. So I have entered potato, tomato, and carrot. So it is displaying me all the wages. Now let us try some math and string. So for math, for example, I'm making a file for math.sh. And the firstmost line, now you can remember hash, exclamation, backslash bin, backslash bash. Enter, for example, A equals 5, B equals 3, and I need to do summation. So I'm writing function summation, dollar sign, A plus B, closing the entire thing, and echo, um, so this will print the sum to my terminal. So Control X for saving, and CHMOD for changing the mode. Never forget this, because without doing this, your file won't work. Now running dot slash file name dot sh. So our variables were 5 and 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is how we do the math. Now let's derive some strings. So for example, let me make another file name string.sh. The example string is bash. And I want to echo that string. So echo, for example, length. This will give the length of my string. So it should be VASH4. So our terminal should show us 4. Let's try, save the file. change the mode for executing the file, string.sh, run the file dot slash string.sh. So dot slash string.sh length equals 0. Let's see what's wrong in the file. String.sh. Oh, so the problem is here. String equals hash. Let us try the if else else block. I have already made one file for that and I have named that file if.sh. So decision making is the key in scripting. So the first line always should be hash exclamation backslash bin backslash bash. I am echoing enter a number for getting a number from the user and reading that number and saving the number to a variable called num. So if num is gt is greater than 10, it in the terminal you will get a message that greater than 10. If the number equals to 10, it will give you message equals to 10, and otherwise it will give you a message less than 10. So let us save this file, Control X, and let us run this file. Before that, let me change the mode for executing the file. Now let us run the file dot slash if.sh. Let me try all three cases. So first of all, I'm entering a number less than 10, which says less than 10. Now let me enter a number greater than 10, for example, 92. Now let me try entering number exact 10, says equals to 10. So this is how we use if else. This was the simplest if else loop. You can try making some complex loops as well. But here you are done with the if else, the simplest one using bash. Now let us try making some functions in bash. Functions helps you reuse the code. So let me try making a new file called nano function.sh. The first and foremost line always is the hashtag exclamation then backslash bash. Let's make a function called greet, which will echo hello. And greet as the variable Linux user. You can pass arguments to functions just like in regular programming as well. So let me save this file and change the mode and run it. Function dot sh. We'll run the file now. Expected and a file. Let me try entering this in. Okay, so I have changed something here. Let's try again. Changing the mode and running the file. So you can say that my grid function now takes a variable Linux user and it uses the function. So this is how we use functions in Bash. Now let us make a fun little script for to-do tracker script. For that, I have already made a text file for my to-do list. So I have named that todo.txt. So I have made this for to-do list for now. So let us make a script for adding some task into this file by running that bash scripts. So let us name that file todo.sh. The first and foremost line is always hash exclamation slash bin slash bash. Let's echo to the terminal. What task would you like to add? Question mark. We are reading that task from the terminal and adding that task to the file. For that, let's do this task. This is for appending the task to the file todo.txt. And again, going to the terminal, the task has been added successfully. Already. Now let us save the file, Control X, Y, enter. Let us see the file before adding a task. I can show you the file. I have four tasks right here. Let me number that so that it looks good. 2, 3, 4. Um, Let us add the fourth task. Before that, I need to change the mode for executing the file. My file name is todo.sh. Just now run the file todo.sh. What task would you like to add? So I had 4 tasks. I need to add 5th one. So for example, do gardening, for example. And I need to add, so enter. It says task has been added successfully. Let's check for once. Was the task added or not? So pico to-do.txt. So you can see here the 5th task has been added. So this is the simplest or funniest script I have made. You can try your own doing something appending the data to some other file, adding some loops, adding some functions. So this is the way you need to use your bash scripting. It's not that hard. You can learn by just typing in or seeing the video like twice or thrice. It should be easier. I find it easier than C++ or any other language. So maybe the same goes to you too. Just try and work hard for doing it. That's all. That wraps up our real world bash challenges. We used variables, arguments, arrays, logic, functions, and built a simple to do app, all in the bash. If this helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your own script ideas. See you in the next one. Until then, take care. Thank you.